Tomb of Annihilation, Last Resort Company, episode 19. Now, we're going to be confusing everyone if you're watching along on the YouTube series or whatever, because we are down a couple players, so we thought we're going to mix things up rather than continue at the very pivotal moment where they were just about to talk to a queen of Omu, supposedly, back all the way in Nangalore, the Hanging Garden. We're going to freeze frame there and take a quick delve into what the party might have been up to during their jungle travels. They were lost, after all, for about 2 days. In fact, it's the reason why they ended up in Nangalore. So, we're just going to say, maybe this is a previous adventure, maybe it's when they were exploring through the jungles of Chult, but we're going to skip over to this quick description. Where's Chad now?
Oh, were we level 20 back then?
That's on your bike. Wait, no. Yes, bikes were invented back then, though.
I don't know. That's your job, man. Were they?
No. In fact,
Yeah.
but for sake of ease, God, we don't want to delay any longer. No, you're just the same level. We'll push on like this. So,
Okay.
I'm going to drag your tokens on over to here in a moment, but let me give you a description first. So, locations. Yeah, here we go. So, you've been traveling for a good few days, and after a while, you're chopping through the jungle, and you finally come to a clearing, and you pull back again another huge set of palm fronds and foliage. You see a break in the canopy, and in the distance, rising high above the jungle canopy, is a 300-foot tall, naturally formed spire of rock. There is smoke issuing from a flaming beacon at the top of it. The walls of the spire are sheer and dotted with small caves. There is frail-looking ladders just barely hanging from narrow ledges at various heights, but there doesn't seem to be one continuous ladder all the way to the bottom. It's all separated in different sides. And as EQ and the rest of your party kind of come into sight of it, she looks confused and turns around to you and says, "It is odd. I did not expect... No, wait. No, this can't be Firefinger." She sort of scratches her head. "This is one of the beacons I spoke about long ago. The Choltian cities would communicate using these towers of fire. But they had all since crumbled, I thought. Firefinger being the only one left. This is quite a discovery."
What do you mean, communication?
The beacon atop would be lit, and it could even change colours, supposedly. It was a magical fire, never going out. But they could use it for smoke signals, or perhaps even a warning system, if a dangerous threat were nearby.
And any knowledge have you on why exactly this system was seemingly abandoned?
After the spell plague, not many cities were left standing. Everyone died, Justin.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But their loss is our gain, I suppose. This seems to be a wonderful place to possibly do some research.
I'll say. And treasures, perhaps, even. But be careful. They could have been inhabited by some other dangers. And as she mentions that, everyone can roll me a perception check.
Sorry, that's my character sheet.
You should have at least some vision now. What's going on?
Yes.
Cool. In fact, I'll leave Carrick up here. Give you a bit more.
That's a 14.
Chill.
A 14. Okay.
I'd say nat 20.
Oh. Okay.
Damn.
Nice. Okay, it must be a clear sky early in the day. So to see what you see as you're kind of stepping for. Hold on. 24 in total. Okay, that's damn good. Right. Let's change this up because things just got spoopy. As you're looking around, Ravaya, and Iku mentions could be dangerous things hiding in there, and suddenly, Ravaya, you hear a crunch underfoot, and you look down to see you've just stepped into what looks to be some brittle humanoid bones. And before anyone else takes even another step forward, you look up to sort of survey surrounding areas, perhaps traps or whatever killed this thing, and you actually see this skeleton is not alone. There are bodies littered around the base of the tower. A lot of them look like they've been gnawed on, and I'll say with the 24, your eyes trace their descent in reverse all the way up to the top of the tower, where you can actually make out long, ropey droppings that have just littered some of the cave entrances. So you see these little holes up the about a third, halfway, and 3/4 of the way up the tower. There are like these droppings, like feces and white gunk. Looks like guano, but there's so much of it. It's kind of like caked over the edge.
Well,
Watch where you're stepping.
oh, absolutely. I wouldn't want to disturb such a fascinating sample. I get down on my knees in the guano.
Oh god.
Interesting. What could this be? I have to roll a nature check to see what.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 20.
Unnatural
Okay.
20.
At first, it appears to be something of like pterodons, the ones that abducted your party all that time ago. Kiva would have flashbacks, but anyway, and although it looks that way at first, you then are keenly aware that, well, pterodons usually aren't that smart. They're just beasts, and why would they nest in like a humanoid like structure? It would have to be something smarter to sort of either have to ambush these. And as you're looking around, you're realizing these bodies haven't just been like gnawed on and then left because they didn't like the taste. It looks like they've been thrown from the tower as if a cruel method, something cruel. And you realize if it's not pterodons, it must be their related cousins, the more vicious and cruel terra folk.
Which is strange because I've always thought folk seemed a far nicer affix to a name.
Sure. Terra fiends? I don't know. Yeah. Either way.
That's a reclassification is in order. I'll send a letter to the academy.
At the moment of you kind of deciphering that, I'll say, Ravaya, you also notice with the natural 20 that there is something swooping around near the top, the very, very top, and it only kind of goes round from one side to another and then kind of perches and lands again. But it doesn't seem to have noticed you guys because you're only at the break of the canopy.
I would like to point this out.
We could so yeah, everyone kind of like goes back into the shade. What are we going to do then? It's infested with terrorfolk.
Well, we uninfested, of course.
We'll have to stay under heavy canopy and try to only cross open areas when... Hold on, let me see. I'll have to check if it's rainy weather or not. So weather. I'll say there's light rain, but we could wait until like heavier rainfall. Be unlikely that they would see us, but maybe even go in at night.
Well, I'm happy for all of the above plans. Although, Revire, don't you have pass that trace?
I do have that. Yeah, we could go
Ah.
now.
That could work.
Stay waiting.
No, I am down for that.
Okay. Just make sure you all stay within 30 feet of me.
All right.
And boop.
Okay. The party can make. When I say party, it's kind of just you two, isn't it? Well. Yeah, you guys can make a stealth check.
That's a 36.
That's a 27.
And just as the others are about to push forward, at least when Carrick goes to push forward, he's about to move, and then he hears a kong kong behind him, and he hears, yeah, where I go, Vaughn goes. I'd best stay back for the time being. I'll be your eyes on the ground, and I can send a message to you if things get bad. Well, I don't want to compromise our cover if Vaughn's going to kind of follow me everywhere. So Carrick can stay down in the canopy. I will roll for Ignit though. So, where is he? There he is. So 21. Wow, nice. And EQ will get... And I'll also say probably Dragonbait, and for the at least for this smaller minor adventure, we don't want to leave him alone, do we? I'll stay with our green friend here, and Dragonbait will be by my side as well, of course. So
Not a problem. Between myself, Revire, and Ignir will be fine. Hell, even I have conquered mightier shafts than this.
what did you just say?
Ancient towers and such, you know,
Right. Yes.
tall buildings, structures.
Of course. This
Yes.
erect towers. Anyway, let us try to keep it down. Revire is snickering away there. Try to keep quiet. You do make an incredibly good, kind of sleuth through the canopy, trying to get as close as possible. There is a moment where you do have to cross an open area, but you dash through silently, and a moment or two later, a terrorfolk does swoop down and seems to encircle and patrol the area, but they don't spot you. Not with that roll. Not with Pass Without a Trace. There's a moment where you reckon your tracks would be spotted, but Pass Without a Trace stops that as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yep. So it kind of like lands down, pecks nearby where you just crossed, and looks like it was only kind of pecking at some of the bodies. Hasn't even seen your tracks. He takes flight up again, and kind of enters into one of the tunnels right at the top, like the third highest tunnel there. But when you guys have got to near the base, you do see the body of an elf lying in the mud. Most of his limbs look broken, the ribcage crushed, and there are broken twigs and torn leaves stuck in what's left of his clothes. This unfortunate explorer was likely thrown off the top. And yeah, he's been completely stripped of valuables. And not too far away from that body, there's another and a third. And it seems, as you look up to the tower, it does look even taller from where you are now, kind of right at the base. Iku says, "We would likely share the same fate if we were captured by these things. And anyone for that matter. It's good that we're going to rid this place of them. They are a menace upon Chod." The rope and wood ladders mounted to the spire are ancient and crumbling looking. But it does look like you could potentially ascend the ladder to the next level. So you're literally down where your tokens are here.
Well, it seems these ones are no more friendly than the other nest of them that we found a while back, or in the future. I'm not entirely sure what the chronology of this particular offshoot is, but regardless, I volunteer to go first.
Okay. You can start to ascend.
I go nice and carefully.
Alright. Let's just check something. Okay. You can make me an athletics check.
Oh.
I know. That's cool. That's a pass. You do manage to reach safely to the next level without damaging the fragile ladder. And I'll chuck you onto the actual map.
And I'd like to drop a rope down behind me.
Okay.
And see if there's anything about here that I could anchor it to. As insurance.
You can have a look around, but this abandoned cave is dark. You don't see like any rungs or rocks to tie it around necessarily. The interior, you can tell, has some sort of like pit about 10 foot away from you, and it is, well, thanks to your dark vision, you can see, does seem to be strewn with webbing.
Oh, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is the kind of terminology I was in for. I would like to send Rufus on ahead.
Okay, I'll drag him in there. So we're over here. Okay. Yeah, is he flying across?
Yeah.
Okay. He does see there is another tunnel leading just over the other side of the pit, and he makes little effort to get over there. And as he lands down, you can have a perception check with advantage.
Yeah, I'd also like to check the roof and stuff, because, you know, there's webbing around, and I've played Skyrim. I know how this goes.
Okay.
So
And another one?
yes, he does. Let me do that as him. So that's actually a 17.
Alright.
And there's, ooh, nat 20.
Okay. He doesn't spot anything on the ceiling. In fact, there's more webbing to the base of the floor than anywhere else. It seems to fill up that pit. And although you couldn't tell from the angle you were at how deep that was, when he flies over, he can see through the gossamer curtains, and it seems as though it goes all the way down 10 foot deep. And he just barely sees. Have you ever seen a spider in its lair where it's just the tips of its legs are poking out? He sees just a small leg just sitting there, or two legs, the frontmost, and they're just perfectly still, sitting right at the bottom of the pit, but it's very hard to notice. Only because of natural 20, it's like covered after like sheet and sheet of web. And after that, he gets to the end, and as he's checking the ceilings, he does notice right there a tunnel ascending into a long, dark, probably about it looks like a chimney, probably at least 90-foot climb.
Well, this looks to be a tricky one.
There are like plenty of handholds, and it does look like it twists slightly, but that's everything he notices there.
Okay. I hang here and wait for my compatriots to ascend.
Okay. Alright. So without being able to find something for a rope, Iku just begins to ascend herself. And she does no problem. She gets to the top.
Sure.
And still trying to stay quiet, so she just kind of nods at you, Jess, and peers in for a moment, seeing it's abandoned. She looks down to the others, and she gestures you to come up with her hand.
In a complex series of gestures and hand waving, explain to her the situation with the spiders.
Right, sure. You do your best at charades to make a spider looking. Yeah. Roll a performance check. You can bring up your like fingers to your mouth to make it look like fangs, and then she says under her breath, "What? A vampire?"
I mean, on a 5, I don't know if I can correct.
We'll just leave it at that. Ignir, Revi, you're gonna try and climb up. Just as Iku gets to the top, you see 2 more terrafolk glide over the canopy, and you sort of hold your breath for a split second. You're in the open at this point, and you're 100% sure they could see you if they just looked down. But there's a sigh of relief as they seemingly just pass over. It's quite possible that they don't actually pay attention to the spire, believing maybe that nothing is stupid enough to try and climb it. But they glide away 200, 300 feet. They're out of line of sight.
Great. When they're out of line of sight, I will shimmy on up.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. Excellent. The ladder doesn't even creak or buckle under this. You're carefully maneuvered all the way to the top without even putting any pressure on the ladder. And that leaves Ignir, I guess. Alright, let's see. Ignir looks around to the others who are just hiding in the canopy some 200 feet away. Vaughn just gives a little thumbs up, and Ignir starts to ascend. And he does make it, no problems. Alright, he's with you, and everyone's on this layer here. As he's trying to get up, he sees there's not much room left, and he's just sort of at the top of the ladder, like, guys, make some room here.
Sorry. Just careful. There's a spider in this hole.
No one's got arachnophobia, have they?
Me.
Wait.
I don't have any phobias as far as I'm aware.
It's quite dusty in here. Anyway.
Are you allergic?
To dust? Or
Yes.
spiders? Yes. No, I'm not. I'm just...
Then why are we talking about it?
Spider. Task at hand.
Okay. Alright. Looks like there's a way over the other side. You need to jump it, maybe?
There is a spider down that hole.
Ugh. Well, there is an easy solution. We just kill the spider. But if you don't want to have to deal with that, Rafaya, I've heard stories about you being nearly crushed alive by one.
Please don't remind me.
It must have been quite a trauma. EQ turns herself into a small little kotal. Her snake-like winged form begins to flap up about 5 foot into the air, and she starts to fly across. In fact, there we go. There's a little token. She flies over to wherever it is. She's only a medium-sized creature, believe it or not. So it is like a flying snake, but just slightly bigger. She lands on the other side, and then the wings kind of coalesce around her and pull closer until they come to the ground, and then she then pushes her arms out and into a human-like form.
Very flashy, but largely unnecessary. So I'm assuming as this spider has made a hole in it that this earth is fairly loose.
Some of it. But it is, it is stone. It is like solid stone.
Oh, okay. Then...
Yeah. How do you guys want to get across?
How, like, steep is this side?
Let's have a look. It's fairly steep, I'm gonna say, but it's not like a sheer drop. It kind of goes down sharpish at like 80 degrees, 70 degrees roughly angle.
Okay.
How far across is it?
On the map, it looks like it is 5, 10, and a bit feet.
Okay. Cool. I've got a ring of jumping. I can
Yeah,
just...
like 15 at most.
Okay. Could chuck myself across, I suppose.
You can do that.
Yeah, but is anyone gonna struggle to get across?
Well, it's so typical jumping rules is if you take a 10-foot run up, you can jump distance equal to your strength score. So if you have, so what's your strength scores?
It's 13.
Okay, so it's just about if you do have the 10-foot run up.
Okay. I will...
You have yeah, you could try and do that.
Okay, I will take off my ring of jumping and hand it to Jess.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And I will try and do this myself.
Alright. Let's see here. So... It is a athletics check. Go ahead. Yep, no problem. You do make the jump. You have to kind of go right up into this corner right here, and then you take the long run up, leap just to the edge, like pushing off with your foot from the edge and landing on the edge on the other side. And that was a good jump as well. So you quite literally just made it, and Iku grabs a hold of your shoulder, pulls you over just in case you were going to stumble back, but you didn't. You kind of like just made it onto the other side.
Thank you.
Alright. Iku kind of steps back to kind of give you room if you want to go into that little chamber. Rufus is looking up into a 90-foot chimney. Just staring up.
DM, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it make just as much sense if this were an acrobatics check?
Well, normally jumping is based on strength.
What if I did a front flip?
Then then I guess that counts as acrobatics, yeah.
Okie dokie. How does the ring of jumping work? What do I...
You triple your jumping, don't you?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I charge forward. And... I could burn a... Never mind.
Okay. Triple jump distance means you easily clear it. In fact...
With a front flip.
You do the front flip and you realise you've still got another good, like, few seconds if you're going to make that a double front flip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? Alright, you make it the double and you can
I land 2 feet down.
Yeah.
Very slight bend in the knee, both arms up. Oh, thank you.
Fantastic. You hear a golf clap from Ignir in the back of the back of the cave. Alright.
Could I toss the ring of jumping back?
You could try that, yeah. I'll say give me just a dex check. Just to throw it over. Just straight dex.
Are you okay with me throwing your ring of jumping over, by the way?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're going in after it.
You just sort of you underarm you underarm it. It hits the top of the ceiling and bounces straight down into the webbing. And
Damn it, Ignir.
What? He looks at you like, are you serious?
What sort of catch was that?
You just threw it into the ceiling.
Well, where were you?
Oh my god. It breaks.
Fine.
I'll say it breaks one layer of the web, but it lands and rests in the middle of like. It's like bending down on one of the other webs as well.
How far down is it?
It's easily like 10. Sorry, yeah, like 10 feet down. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna mage hand that. I should have done this in the first place.
You could just mage hand cross.
Okay.
You live and learn.
You could have done that. Yeah, you actually could have. Okay. And
I try and be as careful as I can not to like disturb the netting.
you try to, but as soon as you pick up the ring from it, it does reverberate a couple more of the webs.
Oh, titties.
And as the ring is pulled up, it's in the mage hand. And as it comes off the web, you start to suddenly see skittering spiders rushing out of there.
Put it back.
Rushing out. I need you all to roll initiative. Oh dear.
Sorry. The spiders are on me.
It's like a +6 and I get an 11.
Oh dear.
I
Why
did press
does-
it, and it didn't do it. Come on. There you are.
Okay. So, Jason, you're actually... Wait. Where's the spiders, damn it? Oh yeah, here we go. Now, because of Rufus's natural 20 earlier, I'm going to say that you're not surprised to see the spiders come out, because normally they would get a surprise round, but that Rufus check was very helpful in this regard. So, instead, we'll start with just there are 2 at the top of the round. Alright, yeah. One of them crawls up. Let's see. Yeah, their web sense, they know exact location of any creature that came into contact with it. So they rush up the wall. Well, they're going to take a bite, I guess, of the thing that was disturbing the web. Makes most sense. And as it does, it goes straight through the spectral hand. And instead, they start to look around for what else disturbed the web. And it crawls up to... Well, this one's down here, so I'm going to say...
No one move. Their vision is based on movement.
It's going to end its turn by crawling up onto the surface next to you, Jason. Meanwhile, this spider is going to try and bite at Ignir. Oh, natural one. Oof. kicks it away back into the hole. Okay, it is your turn, Jason.
Okie dokie. I bonus action blade song, but of course. And I'm gonna try a shove action.
Yeah, you can try that.
Yeah. It's strength, but whatever. I never do shove actions, you know?
Yeah, give it a shot.
I just kick this spider square in the face.
Oh.
Ah.
You see a web suddenly sticks out of its abdomen and grabs a hold of the wall, swings around, and then catches itself on the actual wall and crawls up to the side of you.
I'm not even mad, that was really impressive.
You've got an extra. Have you got an extra attack? I don't think you do you?
No, I don't. No.
Alright, sweet. It's going to be one of these. This one skitters around the ceiling and comes up right into the corner here. Drops down and tries to bite onto Jason. Oof, misses. But it was flanking you there. Okay, EQ can't get past. She just says, "Damn it. Well, we almost all made it across. I'll tell you what, I'll just help in this regard. I'll bless you." So yeah. Yeah. There you go. You three have got D4s extra, and it's Revire's go.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna stab at this guy here because I guess I can reach him.
Yeah,
I can move
it's on the ceiling.
Just space.
It's a little bit awkward, but it is just in reach.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a nice job. Okay.
Damn.
Deep piercing, still alive, but you see green blood starting to drip down your blade, and then the second one probably hitting it in the same area and then tearing it away actually rips it in two, and the spider kind of lands on Jason as it's starting to curl around. Ugh.
Okay, I'm just excuse me. Just
Bounces off him.
please.
What are you worried about? Look how many legs they've got, it's fine.
Too many.
Look how many legs.
Right, 16.
That's a hit.
9.
Okay.
7. Extra, so that's
7
16.
extra. From, what's that, Colossus Slayer?
What you call it? Dread
No, the other one.
Ambusher.
Oh right, yes, of course it is. Yeah, well, that'll do it.
Is this? Oh, okay. I've
Yeah,
got
they're
another
not
attack, but
particularly
they're too
strong.
far away.
Nowhere near as strong. In fact, is it they're not as strong, or is it because you've become so much stronger? Now, the same spiders that were terrifying to behold in the tunnels of Harakama are now falling to simple cuts from your blade. Cullen the cutter. Pillar. Cullen the caterpillar. It's such a...
They opened up a Greek meze restaurant. Caterpillar.
Is that it? Alright, good turn. The ones crawling out of the pit, still trying to get behind Ignir here. Gonna flank him and bite him. Oh yeah, finally get through. And he needs to roll a con save. Oh god, he's unconscious. He's restrained and poisoned and paralyzed. All of the things.
If we kill him in a flashback, he's gonna be raging.
If he comes back right now, that'd be hilarious. Come on. Doo-doo. The target is stable for now. Alright. Poison reduces the target to 0 hit points. The target is stable and poisoned for 1 hour. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so he's just poisoned and really hurt him from that, because that was a full whapping 13 points. And you can see Ignir's looking rough already. He's like, ah! Well, help me then! Ah! He turns around, summoning his blade, and starts to cut at one. And we'll go with his Teo's Fume. Ooh. Nice.
Everyone can roll well as Ignir.
Yeah,
Apart from
except
Kibble.
so true. Okay, so he cuts down into one, chopping off 3 of its legs. Still alive though. And it is their go. Oh no, these are dead. My bad. Jason.
On the way, Ignir, old chap. Oh no, that probably use up too much of my action to be worthwhile. I'm just going to tuck over this way to hopefully give Revire a bit of a better shot. And I'm gonna firebolt.
Okay. At the damaged one? Or the full one?
Damaged one.
Okay.
I'm all about that. Their action economy. Go on. 19 to hit, 11 points of fire damage.
Explodes into the remaining legs and leaves a little charred stain on the edge of the pit. Alright. Any more movement?
I would duck.
Okay. Okay, cool. Revire, your shot.
There we go. Just scooch forward a bit and swap over to my bow. So 13 hit.
That's just a hit.
Okay, cool. For 12.
And that, wow, really? For 12? Nice.
Yeah.
That's actually an insta kill. Alright, yeah. The spider leaps towards Ignis' face as it's already got its fangs in its neck, and you shoot it, impaling it on the wall, creating this, instant plaque, I guess. You know, like those trophies in hunters' lodges. It's like that, instantly on the wall.
That's grim.
Ugh. Ignir kind of like holds the wound. God, that one stung.
Well, let us know when you've shaken it off and you can make the old hop, skip, and jump over.
God. Ugh. He looks down at the ring, and I suppose I'm gonna have to pick that up on the way, aren't I?
Oh, I'll get that, and I may hand it over.
Right. He snatches it out of your mage hand, like tries to waft it away, but his hand goes through it. Right. He puts
Just
it
start
on.
picking bits of webbing off of his armor. You're a mess, sir.
Didn't require attunement, that thing, did it? I'm just checking. Not that it matters really.
I
No, I don't
don't
know.
think so.
No. Okay.
Oh no, Jesus Christ.
Ring of jumping. I doubt you'll be
Oh shit,
staying.
it does.
Oh, okay, alright. That's fine.
well,
We'll
I
say
didn't
you
know that.
stood there for an hour and did it. Not that it matters too
Sorry.
much anyway. It's no biggie. It's really not biggie. It's my fault for not remembering. Okay, so we see Ignir trying to jump across, realizing it's not attunement at the point of which he jumps, because it doesn't give him the triple. It's only because Jason managed to do like this amazing stunt, but we'll see what he gets. 14. So it's okay, but it doesn't actually. He physically doesn't possess the strength to jump across, so he ends up leaping and hitting the actual slope itself. Tries to grab a hold of something, or your hand, Jason, but ends up like falling back and slipping down to the actual bottom. It's like, oh god damn it. Let's see what he takes.
It's all that heavy armor.
He takes 1 point of like twisted ankle damage. Ah! Just drop a rope.
I do that.
No, hold on to the other end.
Oh. Does anyone else have any rope?
Oh god. Iku hands hers. Right. Eventually, Ignir gets up. We like fade to black, and then there's a as he finally gets to the top, he's like, right,
Ignir, you've got some webbing on you.
it's
It's all
fine.
in your horns. Hang on, stay still.
Don't touch me.
Oh, you left my rope.
Get it yourself. Anyway, you sit in this chamber looking up into a 90-foot chimney. Plenty of handholds and twists, though. looks like it would be a difficult descent without climbing gear.
Ego, do you mind giving Igni the old once over? He's looking a bit dinged up.
Oh, right, yes. You will have to hold still for this one. Okay, if she casts a Cure Wounds into him. Probably another one. Yeah, that's it, that's better. I'm trying to remember, just hold on a second, because I remember you guys are actually on the HP you are for what it was in the fight. Just make a quick, make a quick note of that. That's 32 with Revire, and he was on. Well, how much did he take? 13. So he would have been on 30. Okay, so 30 for Ignir. Okay, cool. And you're on full, so you're good. All right. So instead, we'll do 13 plus 14. There we go. He's looking much better. I would say after you, but you're probably gonna slip and fall on my face. So allow me. And Igni is gonna try and climb up first instead. Oh, and here's the ring back. Didn't work.
Okay. Clean it off. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's not lying. You can tell, but he doesn't seem to place any blame on you. He's kind of more maybe upset that he didn't make the jump. All right, now this ascent is going to require another athletics check by the looks. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Oh my god, are you serious? So, well, it was actually only DC 8 as well. I couldn't believe it. So he gets about a quarter of the way up, and you hear, ah shit, as suddenly a bit of crumbling slips, and you hear like doof, doof, poof, kind of bouncing from side to side all the way down. So hold on, what's a quarter of 90 here? It's about 20 foot. Yeah, he's gonna fall 2d6 damage. Ah! Chips his scales on the way down, taking 6 points of bludgeoning as he lands at the bottom of the chimney again.
I think I would cast Feather Fall to prevent that.
Oh, okay. That's not a problem then. Alright.
I need to keep track of my spell slots 2 seconds. Oh
yeah, like take a screenshot of your spells slots as well, because I know that's
easily
also
done.
Likely different. Just so we're all
playing by the rules.
Good. Yeah. Thanks for the save. It's harder than it looks, actually.
Okay, well, I'll go next and we'll see if that's true.
Okay, you can give me an athletics check. Oh my god. Literally as you're saying that as well. Alright, so making it look like easy work, you managed to twist your body up, climb onto the handholds, the ones that look sturdy enough at least, and supporting your weight by pushing yourself against the one wall and climbing up. Using the handholds on the other side, you do make
the
it up.
whole way just giving like loads of condescending tips. The trick is you want to make sure you've got 3 points of contact with the wall at any given time. Keep the center of mass in your sternum and above your feet.
3 points of contact, yes.
Yes, and the sternum.
Does your dickhead count as one of those?
What's that? I can't hear you. I'm all the way up this tube that was easy to climb up, you twat.
Right, you make it over to here. Okay. In this cave, you see Doesn't look like there's any terror folk around, but there is a passage which goes down into your left, our right, quite sharpish, at a swift angle there. You can have a little explore if you want. You're up here,
Yes.
but there doesn't seem to be any. Doesn't seem to be any like noticeable markings or tracks. There isn't even any really droppings or feces in here. No bones.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's used much.
I have a quite little nose around the corner, and I whisper on back. It seems clear.
Okay. It does look like a smaller chamber to the northeast, and there's about a 10-foot high ceiling in there. You can't really see up to unless you walked into the chamber. And to your right, there's another tunnel that goes around to a ledge.
Okay. I would like to take my rapier out, stand here, and sort of poke my rapier through, and then look onto the reflective blade of it to check the ceiling.
Okay. You can roll me a perception check. I'm going to say with disadvantage, just because you've only got this slim little sight. Okay.
It's 13.
13. Let's see. Inside, you see hanging from the ceiling, there looks to be some maybe 9 winged creatures, furry. They look like bats, but something else gives them away. Their long, proboscis-like mouth.
Oh, it's bloody Sturges.
There is indeed Sturges nestled in the top.
Okay. I cast sleep.
Okay, they might already be asleep, but yeah, sure.
Oh, that's true.
No, you cast it. It's done. You can roll that anyway. Just go ahead.
I'd like to make a slight amendment.
Okay.
I wake them all up in a flurry, and then when they're off the ceiling, I cast sleep.
Oh, you don't want them to fall in their sleep to the floor and then wake up from the damage. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sure. So you flourish your blade like, startling them and immediately casting sleep as part of that somatic component. Go ahead, roll the...
Yeah. Bear with... come on. No.
Is it like 68 or something?
Yeah, it's stuck.
Meanwhile, the rest of you can give me athletics checks to climb up.
Don't suppose Jason's handy tips make it any easier.
No. I'm just gonna say no. You don't need it anyway, honestly. Oh god. Ignir failed again. Are you kidding me?
I'm affecting 26 total hit points.
Okay, 26. Yeah, that's all of them. They get startled, begin to fly up at you, and they all just collapse into a big sturgy pile. Yeah, they kind of look like penguins nestled together, just like when they were trying to stay warm. They're all in one big pile on top of each other. And arrive.
Are they taking full damage?
I'm gonna say, as they kind of like came off the ceiling, they were at a height where they wouldn't. No, because it would be a 10-foot drop from the top, but you startle them, they'd fly down and then immediately drop. So
yeah,
the height isn't enough for full damage.
I'd like to hold an action to have green flame blade at the ready.
Okay. Then you hear, as you get this spell ready, you hear a shit, fuck, as Igneo falls back down, taking another 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Drop a rope, he says again.
Down this 90-foot shaft.
Yeah, you might have to tie 2 ropes together.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's
Well, I hope
doable.
someone's got 2 ropes.
I've got 1.
Oh, damn it. I'll go get the other one. Looks like he has to go back and get Jessen's rope after all. And, he
How do we get it?
mage hand or something. Get it down here. I don't know. Just something. EQ flies down. Sorry, EQ comes down, then flies back up with the rope, ties it, and he gets finally up. You see he's got like a big bruise on his eye. It's kind of like swollen slightly.
I'll smack a cure wounds on him.
The swelling goes down. His eye looks a more natural color again.
A more natural blood red.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay. Thanks, he says begrudgingly.
You're not having a good day, are you?
No, feels like I don't feel like myself, to be perfectly honest.
Look, I got you a whole bunch of sturges.
What the hell? They're asleep again, aren't they?
Oh yes, it's just the easiest way of dealing with them.
You killing them?
They are pesky, but
If they're not harming anybody, I don't see any reason to.
no, I suppose.
I'll put my sword away.
Next level then. We're making good progress here.
Adum-dum. Right. Adum-dum-dum-dum. Adum-dum-dum.
So, as you come out onto this wind-swept top, you realise just how far you've climbed now. Looking down, no, you're not afraid of heights, are you, Justin? No.
No.
Just the snakes. Cool. So you do feel the wind has picked up quite a bit here. There is a slim ledge that goes around, and a ladder that descends beneath you, but there's nothing at the bottom of the ladder. It looks like it was perhaps a full ladder, but it's maybe snapped or crumbled away. But there is a very thin ledge going around.
Do I need to make any checks or anything to keep my balance?
I think it looks wide enough that you could step around it, but you can roll me a d6.
Oh.
And let's just quick go back. What did you get?
A 4.
Okay. A 4 is fine. It does pick up a bit around the edge, just when you come into like the full facing wind, but you pull yourself tight against the wall and begins to shimmy round, no problem. I can't see you, Justin. But I don't hear any screaming either, so you must be fine.
I'm okay. The ledge is a little tight, but should be fine.
I'm going to
I
stay back
squeezed
and
into smaller gaps.
I'm going to stay back and make sure Ignia doesn't fumble again. What was that? Nothing. Revi, after you. She kind of makes room for you to pass.
Cheers. I am frozen. Ah, no, I'm on the wall somehow.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
What am I doing? Sorry. Okay. I'm good.
Oh god. You didn't look all the way into this cave, by the way. Igni is like gingerly stepping over the pile of sturges. He says, "Looks like there's some sort of explorer here. Ugh. There's a desiccated corpse left."
Take his stuff.
He tries to like get around the pile of sturges, and there's a glint of gold. All right. He pulls out the pack and steps carefully over the sturges again. Rustling through it, he finds 15 gold pieces, a gold and carnelian ring worth 60 gold, and 2 onyx figurines representing Chewingas. 50 gold each. Found this in her rotting purse. Iku goes, she must have tried to escape the terrafolk by climbing down here. Likely fell prey to the sturges. ToA bless her.
Nasty way to go.
Alright, pocket it. Okay, and Ravai, you can also roll me a d6 as you start to head around here. And let's go back to the chat. What did you get?
Oh, sorry, 3.
A 3. Yep, crossing the ledge is no problem. Carefully and nimbly walk across. You've managed to get past like tree branches slimmer than this without issue. And Ignir is next up to the plate. And he's going to roll a d6 as well. He seems a bit uneven, unsure, but he is managing to climb across. Okay. And Iku is next up, but she hasn't got the room yet to kind of go across. Go ahead, Jason.
Oh. I keep clipping into walls.
Oh, do you? Is this like...
It's just roll 20 being
Oh, it's just...
doing its thing. Yeah, thank you. It just doesn't want... There we go.
Around the corner, you see a ladder that seems to lead up to a ledge caked in those droppings I mentioned. It's like a nice white icing.
If you squint, it looks a bit like snow.
Okay. And Iku can roll a d6 as well. Nope, we're all good. There's a few strong gusts of wind, but EQ manages to hold on tight just to let it pass, and then continues edging around. And you can start to climb that ladder as well. Similar case again, another athletics check, as this ladder is very old, very crumbling.
Well,
Alright, let's see what you
see if it's see if this old girl can still take some weight. What am I rolling, sorry?
Oh, an athletics check.
Oh, good. What if I do a flip?
Yeah. No problem. You do make it up there. And let's see. Where are you? Yeah, here you are. When you get to the top, you see a very faint flickering fire, torchlight maybe. You can't see the very source of it, but you can see the light, you know, kind of flickering against the stone wall. And you've still got pass without a trace up, correct?
Yep, it lasts an hour.
Good, good. Jason, as you're climbing up to the very top, you're also keenly aware of some sort of hunched, leathery figure, like hunched over whatever it is in the next room, but their wingspan actually blocks most of your line of sight. And I'd like you to make a stealth check again as you get to the top and you're scuffing your boots across the stone. It's a 17, so oof, had it not been for Pass Without a Trace, you quickly duck up to the edge over here as you see it kind of adjust itself, and its head does turn momentarily over, but you've quickly pulled yourself into a hiding spot, and it kind of peers for a moment but loses interest, perhaps chalking it up to a gust of wind. And you hear this strange sound coming from that chamber. It's like a carving sound.
Maybe he's doing some carpentry.
Yeah.
No need
And
to be worried. I wait patiently for my captain.
okay, Ravaya, you can start to go up as well.
Okay.
That's good. And I can drag you over here. I assume Rufus is caught up to you as well at this point, Jason.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Similarly, I'd like you to also make a new stealth check, Ravaya.
Okay. Fine. Let's see. Oh my god, that's fucking that one.
Is that a nat 1? Jesus. You
It's still a 19.
Yeah, it is still a 19. You can't auto fail with ability checks. So,
Thank fuck.
yeah, thank fuck. But, again, Ravaya gets to the top, and that ladder does creak a bit as her weight comes off of it, and there is just a moment where you hear a kind of a sneeze at the same time, and it seems like the sound of the creak was muffled and silenced by your pass without a trace. And inside this small alcove, you hear a and they seem to be conversing with each other, but you can't understand what they're saying. It's just a series of squawks and such. Meanwhile, you know what's got to go up next? Oh dear. Old Ignir Flailgoss.
I'm just going to start chasing
that's
his
initiative.
tail or something.
Whoops. That's the same thing, actually, believe it or not, for his stealth. It's literally the same roll. So it's a 16. Which is, again, if it hadn't been for Fast Without a Trace, would have been very obvious. EQ is the last one. Boy. Where is she? There she is. And she makes it up, no problem. Sort of just hovers there at the edge. Make some room. Ah, here. She kind of like just sits right there at the edge. Okay, you're all keenly aware that there is these hunched, leathery winged figures sitting just in the chamber next to you. Sitting around some sort of campfire, perhaps. There seems to be at least 4 of them you can hear, squawking with one another.
Okay, well, I think we all know what the plan is. We go in there and we stab them all until they stop moving. Captain?
Yep. Works for me.
Okay, well, you're the Gloomstalker, so I suggest you go first.
Yep.
And as she's moving in, I would like to prep my Blade Song and Blur.
Okay, so they cost a bonus and an action, don't they?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So, getting around this area, you see you're now at least 240 feet above ground at this point, and the wind threatens to sort of tear you from the top. But as you pull closer and into here, you're sheltered from the wind and rain. And you can see there are these wrinkly looking terrafolk as you edge around. Their faces are scarred as well. One of them's missing an eye. Another has a very chipped beak at the end of its tip. Another one has got a claw that's missing 2 fingers. And in their hands, They are carving what look to be bone-like trinkets, grisly totems from likely bones of their enemies. And you can all roll initiative.
My favorite time of the day. Oh no, you betrayed me.
Okay. Let's bring up the turn order. I'm gonna keep Igna's initiative check. Easy. Doubles up. No, I won't. I'll do another one. Oh, he got even worse, lol. Sorry, man. Every time I try to be nice to Igna, it just backfires. Finally, EQ gets a 12. Alright, you guys have a surprise round. EQ's up next. I guess because Bless would have run out. She's gonna hold her action. The moment Revire goes to swing her first strike, she will bless you again.
Okay. So I can just go now, yeah?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, there's loads of them. Shit, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna sneak up behind and slash at this one.
Alright, make it count.
Shit. Plus four. 16!
That hits.
I think you have advantage, don't you, if you're hidden?
Yeah, you do actually.
Do
But that's a hit either way, believe it or not.
26!
10.
10 points damage. They immediately screech, begin like throwing their trinkets aside and trying to get up from their seated position. They screech,
Even
but
though...
they're surprised,
Sorry.
of course. That's it.
Yep, even,
So 10 points of damage. It's still alive as well.
even though it's surprised, do I still... Is it still like first round? Do I still get to keep swinging?
Yeah, you keep going. It's your...
Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Guess that hits.
That's a hit.
16.
16, yeah. 10 points.
Great.
It gets to its feet, but you bring up your blade to its throat, slicing it wide open, and his head just slumps to the side. He is already dead, believe it or not.
That's why that one missed. I obviously aimed for where his head was.
Exactly, yeah. You go to slice him again, and you realize you stabbed into just an unmoving body, and you pull the blade free, and it's just, oh, it's already dead.
Right. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Just gonna stand on your corpse.
Yeah, you can stand on that. I'll move it to the back.
Stab. This
Okay.
guy. Three.
23. Lets out this pained screech, and you can tell there's a lot of like cricking and like sounds to their bones when they get up. These Terrafolk look very old, and that hits.
Okay. I'm gonna guess they're not surprised anymore.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Oh, not all of them anyway. It's when it comes around to their turn again, they're not surprised.
Okay, it was more about since they're surprised, could I have stabbed him and then shifted back? Like a couple of steps.
Let's check. Yeah, you could, but this one has. So the way it works is, when it comes around to its initiative, it's no longer surprised. So this one right here, the one you just stabbed, is technically no longer surprised, and he will have his reaction. The other two have not had their turns yet, so they don't have their reactions.
Yeah.
So as you kind of move back, only one of them gets a swipe.
Yeah, okay.
That's how that works.
Okay. Fuck.
Swipe, claw, just manages to get you. And it looks like this one was still gripping its grisly totem in its hand, and it slices across with a bone, sharpened bone, for 3 slashing. It is. It's the dead one. That's no good. This one's surprised. Jason, you're up.
Okie dokie. How's it going, chuckle fucks?
I'm guessing that's what you do to activate your blade song.
Yes. I sit in here. I've got my blur up. I start swinging away. That's a 24 to hit with 7 piercing damage.
Yep.
And
you have
then
the
I'm
injured one.
yeah, go
Yep,
on.
okay.
And I'm gonna chuck green flame blade in there with that as well.
Okay.
So the injured one is taking 9, so 7 piercing, 2 fire, and then 6 points of fire damage are jumping over to 5 feet of him away.
Okay. Yeah, the flame licks up its body, falls down, burning up, and the other body next to it tries to dodge away from the flame, but they spread too quickly. It's scorched part, like it has like very dried, cracked skin, and the flames just crack it even more.
Like, how are you gonna fake that in a?
Sorry, it's just.
You good, Ian? Okay, thanks. All right, and you can go. You got. Have you never got? Well, that's your turn, isn't it?
That is my turn, yes.
Okay, cool. So the other one took 6, and it is Ignis' go. 5, 10, 15. Steps in. Yeah, you can get in here, just over the body of this creature, and brings out. In fact, if he was at the right angle, you could do a breath weapon, but he doesn't want to hurt you, Jason. So he's just going to go with his Tea's Fume. 11? Wow. Trust Ignia to be the only one who misses. Alright, next.
I think he gets second attack, doesn't he?
I don't think he does. Wait. Has he got
One of his
he's got the bonus
his
action one.
invocation thingy.
Heck,
Yeah, Ian's saying he does.
Thirsting Blade, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the one. Okay, cool. He does it. Does it again. That's it. That will slice the crap out of him from head to toe, just straight down. And this eruption of black smoke emanates out of its neck, and then wraps around it, and then snaps its neck as well, just for good measure. And it is this thing's go. Still, that's it. Surprised. That's round. That's dead. So EQ. There's not much more room for her to get in. She just gestures to you, Revier, and aids you. Says there's one left in the corner, and she, up to aid you, she says, "These look like the old ones. They won't put up much of a fight. Just kill him quietly." Revier, it's your go.
Okay. Can I squeeze myself in, hop over dead bodies in between my pals and just stab this last one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a bit. Excuse me. Sorry, my thing isn't working, but I'm there. Oh, you're kidding me.
She aided you, so you have advantage.
Okay. Oh shit! 28. Cool.
Yeah.
What a babe. 11.
There you go. All right. See, she's always doing. She's such a good support. But yeah, that's 11, and it just grabs a hold of your arm. It's like she doesn't. This thing doesn't even seem to have the strength to fight back, and it's still alive though. That extra attack. There it is. And as you pull the blade free, it just slumps to the ground, dead, ending combat before it even began. As this is happening, and there's a bit of a scuffle going on, you do hear something shaking, rattling maybe. It sounds like a cage nearby. That's all I say.
Caught a peek of him there.
You look around this room, doesn't appear to be any cages. In fact, I'll get rid of the bodies at this point, just so you can see. It is just a burning fire, and the bones that they were carving up are indeed human bones. They have a little pile of them. They were carving them into those grisly totems I mentioned before.
Revier, we have company in the next room over. He's all locked up. Do you want to go check that out? And I'll have a gander around here, see if these boys dropped anything useful.
I'll scooch around here.
Okay.
Hello.
You do hear a voice suddenly reply, but it is. Let's see. It is muffled, and all you can really hear is a.
I'm coming.
You see in this rusty cage there is a male Aarakocra, and that is basically a half man, half bird. The best way to describe it. He has like chipped and kind of flaking blue paint over his beak, and his feathers look much more exotic than normal Aarakocra you've ever seen. Normally Aarakocra are kind of like these white bald eagles, and the Aarakocra of Choltz look much more exotic. I'll find you a really cool picture in a second. But what you're looking at is his wrists and ankles and beak are all bound with rope right now.
I would like to. Can I get to work cutting that off? Like, freeing him?
You can, but there's a bit of a cage situation as well on the way. But you can probably try to bust it open or picklock it, whatever you want.
I can't do that, so yeah, I'll try and bust it open.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just give me what's it called? An athletics check. If you're gonna force it open. And tell me the result real quick.
Sorry, nat 20.
Oh, really? Nice. Okay.
It was actually. I'm not.
Oh, for God's sake. Wow, that's amazing. Cool. So you do easily wrench the bar open. You don't know where you get the strength from. Probably the adrenaline still rushing through you from just having slaughtered 4 pet terrafolk. And you pull open the bars and they kind of wrench and yank away. And you see the Aarakocra trying to like pull himself out of the corner. But he kind of almost falls on you because he's still got these ankles tied. You easily cut those away if you want.
Yeah, I will free him all.
Okay.
Ankles.
And this is the type of Aarakocra I was mentioning.
That's so much cooler than a normal one.
Absolutely. And his wings are still intact, but they do look a little bit worse for wear, we'll say. And he kind of tries to stretch them out like flakily, and he looks a little bit exhausted perhaps, but he does speak and he goes, thank you. My friends and I, we were ambushed by terrafolk while on patrol. My name is Nephir. A pleasure to meet you.
Nephir. Is that right? Yeah, Nephir.
I hail from Kersabal.
Can I roll history on that?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Shabba 24.
Kersabal is an ancient monastery, one that is overlooking the jungle from a very high plateau. It was built into the side of a mountain, and you remember reading about it being a safe haven from the rest of the dangers of Choltz. The Aarakocra built it there so that they could better protect themselves from dinosaurs and such. But it has always been a peaceful sanctuary where heroes could find rest, though the Aarakocra in recent history have become a bit more secluded. They have kind of pulled in on themselves, whereas before they'd be very open and welcoming. In recent years they've not been as, I guess, welcoming. They've been more sheltered and reclusive, but they do still occasionally hold true to their good nature and send out patrols to help the lost adventurers or a fight against the terrafolk who have raided most of the jungle. But it's a rare occurrence these days.
Oh, Kershaval. It's interesting. I've read all about it. I'm fascinating place. How did you guys, if you don't mind, deal with plumbing? Because obviously you're on the side of a mountain. Do you just throw it off the side, or I go on and on?
Yes, we would just throw it off the. It's an odd subject to be talking about after just having had my life saved, but I would not protest. I owe you my life.
Sorry. How rude of me. Yasin Silvermane. I'm a fellow of the Waterdavian Royal Academy of Exploration and Sciences. So you just throw it off the side, you say?
We do, yes, but tell me, are you did you see any more of my kind?
Not on the way up, I'm afraid. But are there any are there any more levels to this thing? Is that a hole I see here?
Oh, yes, there is. In fact, just up here, there is I've been trying to get up there, but I'm afraid I was spotted and tied up.
They tied you up, you say?
Yes.
Why do you think that was? Why didn't they just kill you on sight?
Many a reason. Perhaps they wanted to savor me. After all, who wants to eat rotted Aarakocra?
Well, I suppose. They haven't seemed to be very picky about what they ate, but then I guess we didn't stop to ask, did we? So, fault is ours.
Still, if you have a weapon, I would be grateful to join in the fight. I will avenge my fallen brothers and sisters.
What have I got? I'm gonna throw my pack. I have a small dagger. Will that do?
I will not say no. Thank you. And he...
Anyone else got anything a bit more... with a bit more heft to it?
I'm not sure that you would. That's a good point. Let's see what Igni has. Obviously he's got the new enchanted blade, but that's part of his packed weapon. Other than that, he does have a spear on him. Ah, I am much more at home with one of those.
Ignis says, take it. I've not used it since the start of this campaign.
Right, thank you. And he equips the spear. Shall we? I would urge you, by the way, Jason Silvermane, to visit Kursabal. If I do not live through this ordeal, say that Nephir sent you, and
Well,
petition to our teacher, Ashara.
Ashara. I take out my journal and open invitation, Curse of Al, Ashara. Plumbing? Question mark.
He says, I'm so sure she would give you an audience, having saved my life, or at least given me a chance to avenge my fallen. He begins to try and climb up this tunnel. He does so shakily, and Iku says, here, hold on, before you go. And she does kind of pop a healing cure wounds into him, just to top him up and make him feel a little bit better. In fact, I don't know if lesser restoration gets rid of exhaustion. No, that's greater restoration. She could do that instead, actually. Yeah, no, sure. She will use her greater restoration to rid him of exhaustion. And you see him sort of like flex his wings. He sort of rotates his shoulder a few times. Much better. Thank you. And he begins to climb up.
I have a quick suggestion before you do.
Yes.
Iku and yourself are both less vertically challenged than we are, let's say. Would it not be best if the two of you flew up and then we took the inside route, thus taking whatever's up there from two sides?
An excellent suggestion, Jason. Yes. We shall pincer maneuver. Iku, come.
I like this one.
All right. Yes. He's giving us orders already. All right. Sure. And Nephir doesn't seem to be like looking like the warrior type. And Iku actually mentions this as he's kind of like walking outside with her and says, "So you're one of the honor guard who protect Kursabal? You seem to know a bit about combat. You was on patrol, yes?" And he says, "Oh, me? No. But I'm more of a scholar. I simply learn from Ashara's teachings." "Then why were you out in the jungle?" "Well, whilst the honor guard are busy protecting Kursabal, I wanted to honor our traditions, at least to the best of my abilities." Protecting what? And Nephis says, "Protecting home." Iki kind of raises an eyebrow. You can all roll me an insight check.
17.
You get this feeling this individual has really got a heart of gold. The fact that he was trying to do his best to go out and still help people, but he does seem to be not wanting to divulge why they're sending out scholars and not the honor guard, which you would know with the history check. The Kursabal are known for training monks and special warriors who are, well, they're just usually powerful warriors that can head out and hunt down terrorfolk. But if they're at home protecting home, they're either protecting something or there's a dangerous threat that's affecting them. But that's all you can really figure out from that. And it does seem like he wants to be a bit guarded about that answer. Maybe he doesn't trust you quite enough yet, but even more reason to sort of go to Kursabal. He doesn't seem to want you to not go there. He has obviously openly invited you. But either way, there's something there. And he begins to flap his wings, kind of just feeling the breeze. And you can see he like closes his eyes for a moment. "Ah, I thought I would never fly again." He turns around. "I will not forget this."
Just let Iku do the bulk of the fighting.
Oh. Right, I will jump in when I need it.
It's just, stay back in case you're the rear guard action.
He gives a nod.
Oh,
Guess we're going up this again.
Right.
Don't know why I'm so gruff. It's probably because that... Honestly, they should get a better chimney here. This smoke doesn't escape anywhere.
Just a heads up, everyone. I'm a little bit plum-tuckered, and so blade singing is probably a little beyond me now. So I'll be up at the back.
I will
Do you
go
not
on ahead.
do you not normally have 2 of those a day or something?
I do. I use them both.
Whoa, really?
Yes. I thought the spiders might be a little bit more
Oh
of a
god.
problem than I thought
Yeah.
they were.
That's true. Alright, well then, we're going in. Revi, you can give me an athletics check. The way is only short. Unlike the other chimneys, this one's only 50 foot tall, and as you're making your way up, you can see more daylight as you ascend to the pinnacle of Firefinger 2.0. The chimney here contains plenty of handholds, and you didn't really need much assistance. But at this height, you reckon that you want to try and remain as quiet as possible, believing yourself to be right under the nest, so to speak. So I will require one more stealth check. And I think nothing short of a natural 1 could possibly alert them. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Pass without a trace, maybe?
Yeah, there is that, but could you roll me a Constitution save? Because you did get hit during that fight.
Oh, fuck's that.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
16.
So you would have kept it up, which means that would have been a 19.
19.
So you're good. Woo! Saved by that.
Whew.
Just again. Alright, so I'm going to drag you up to the final level. Revire, you get to the very top. Looking around, you spot not one, not two, but probably about 6 terrafolk, all perched at the edges. Some of them have bones in their mouth they're chewing on, gnawing on, and strewn around the ground are lots of feathers. Feathers that match the same plumage as your friend Nephir. To your right, there's a small campfire in the middle of the crumbling stone tower, which is rising another 30 feet above the northern corner of the platform. And as you look up and try to see into it, there is something of a roaring flame floating in the air, hovering just above the tower, and tumbling debris from the tower is heaped around its foundation. The human-like creatures with their needle-like beaks and leathery wings are worrying the last shreds of flesh from these well-chewed bones. And, well, it's your move. What do you do right here?
So they've not seen me.
Somehow.
Somehow, by the grace of God, they have not seen me.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Thank
like
you for that
to.
compliment.
Would do I get the impression that if I waited for everyone else to get up, I'd still not be noticed, or they could turn around at like literally any minute?
They could turn around at any second, true, but there is a potential you could try and zip into like here, or maybe even like hang off the edge. As you notice, there is vines and low brush kind of grown in profusion, but that means carefully trying to maneuver past the bones and scraps of meat from the dozens of creatures scattered everywhere.
Right. So hang off the edge of the 300-foot drop, or
Yep,
go
that's
through
exactly
some
what it is.
go through some crunchy ground to try and hide in there.
Did you guess that, or did you work it out? Because I think that is literally what you're up, 300 feet.
You said it was 300 feet when we
Okay,
rocked
Yeah.
up.
that's probably why then. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think I'll take the crunchy ground method to kind of hide
into there.
around about here, yeah.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna roll yeah, let's do this. Let's roll a d6. Okay, so 2 of them are feasting, 6 of them are keeping watch, and they are looking around. So rather than going off just their passive perception, I'm actually going to have them look. Wow. Well, it was DC 19, so you just zip across. One of them does turn around, but mistakes the sound of you stepping on some of the bones and crunching them for his ally who is nearby, also crunching, and he squawks at him and says, "Why you eat so loud?" And then he says back in response, Why you chew with your mouth full?" And they just bicker amongst each other. The rest of you guys can hear some squawking from down here. You reckon there's a lot of them up there. But Ignir and Jason, you're still left to climb.
Okay, well, as we get up there.
Okay.
Ignir.
Right. Yeah, I'm going.
I'll be here just, in case you fall again.
For the first time, Ignir actually manages to get to the top without making a fumble. And it's just as well, because a fumble on this one would mean... Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. There is a moment where he kind of like gasps and seeing what's up here. He will also roll a quick stealth check, and Jason, you can roll me an athletics check.
Oh, no, not good.
Oh no. Oh god. Okay. That's gonna be something. Okay, 18.
Yeah.
He does zip up and into here real quick. Meanwhile, Jason, you have climbed up to about halfway through, and your foot slips on one of the handholds, and you grab a hold of another one, and that crumbles away as well, and you end up slipping, falling with some of the debris where the handholds crumbled away, and they land with a loud clatter which echoes up the chimney. Ignir, Ravai, you hear this as well, and not only that, the Terrafolk do as well. I need everyone to roll initiative, as they obviously let out a squawk of alertness. And EQ and Nephi are going to take flight at this point as well, hearing that. This could be bad. I'm going to say though that you two are still hidden, and if you want to react, this is a surprise round for you guys, but the rest are kind of going on normal initiative, really. So let's go.
So-
Where's Ignir? Okay. Let me get them all on. But basically what I'm going to be asking is, what do you do as soon as you hear this? Jason's fallen prone down the 50-foot tunnel. You also take, if you're not casting any Featherfall, you would also be taking... Oh my god, I rolled max. Sorry, dude.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I'm definitely checking a feather fall on that bad boy.
Okay. Sure. Casting Featherfall, you stop the impact. You were like falling, and you somehow managed to turn yourself 180. It would have been your neck cracking on that, but you instead come to a slow descent, and you're laid down on the ground gently. Terrafolk. Let's get them on initiative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yes, Revire. What would you do in this moment? They've clearly been alerted. You have a surprise round on them,
Yeah,
and
I'm
so does
gonna
Ignir.
dive out of the little hidey hole.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to expect you to come from there when they heard the sound down there. Let's just put this in the order. And go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just gonna dive and roll out. Okay. There's a lot of these guys. They're
There's
really
a
big.
lot. And out of all of them, the one in the top right, top left even, is... It looks more muscular. It looks like he's had more of the feed than others have. And his beak is longer and larger than the others. And he stretches out his wings and squawks a command at the others, telling them to basically hunt down that noise. And yeah, it's your go. And they will
Oh.
just notice you as you turn like But which one are you stabbing first?
The one closest to the hole.
Okay, go right ahead.
There.
That's
28.
a hit.
10.
Yep. Slicing through their wings.
Flip sword does it. 10.
That's a miss though. These ones don't look as slow and decrepit as the old ones in that fiery room. and
Shake
they-
it off.
Yeah, they dodge out of the way for that.
2 for 12.
And at this point, this would be what you'd expect from the old ones, but it's still standing. And you're gonna need to do that last. There it is. And that will finish him though. And before it's even managed to take flight, you've already stabbed 4 times or 3 times into it. And just as it was about to like billow its wings, it sort of instead falls away and slumps off the edge. And you realize at this point, that edge is not safe in the slightest. It actually kind of lowers down on a slope, and it looks crumbling as well. And as this Terrafolk falls, a part of that edge falls with it. And it starts descending about, well, it would fall 300 feet instantly actually. And you hear a loud thump at the forest floor. So does Carrick and Vaughn as well. Okay.
Probably just sat there playing like mahjong.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Any more movement?
Just
10 foot left.
if I move, is this guy gonna not be impressed with me?
He's surprised.
I'm gonna scooch back in.
5, 10, yeah, that's fine there. Alright. Nefir takes flight and begins to go up. Wow, he's gonna have to dash at this rate, isn't he? Let's see. No, actually, he can fly up 50 foot. Wow, impressive. Okay, so in that case, he can take a javelin attack. I'll say it's a javelin. Spear, javelin, whatever. Interchangeable. So he goes straight in for a melee attack. And you know what? He'll make it a dive attack as well. So that doesn't hit. Great. Ooh. Let's just check something. Wait, yeah, no, hold on. They're surprised, so technically his first turn is going to be advantage. So it does get the 3 points of piercing in. And that will end his go. EQ hears that sound of you kind of tumbling down and the rocks landing underneath. She just quickly flies up in her kotal form, and she actually has to spend her action to turn back, but you know what, makes more sense, she just stays in this form. No point in endangering her life. So we're gonna go with the old constrict attack instead. Yep, here we go. 25. Damn. Yep, she goes for this one. 12 points of bludgeoning, and she immediately tries to wrap around the neck of the creature. You hear this screech get cut short as it's being choked alive. And it's restrained as well. Cool. It's EQ's go. These are all surprised. Jason, I'm afraid you're prone on the ground. You can start making your way back up though.
Yeah, do I want to make my way back up? I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Give me another athletics.
9.
Just check something. Have a look. it is DC 8, as I mentioned before. So yes, you do make it. Yeah. Like, Ignea got 7 last time, I was like, oh wow, 1 off. But this is 1 over, so you just barely make it. You're a bit shaken up, but you do, now knowing that you're potentially endangered everyone, you know that you have to do this. You climb up about, because you had to spend half your movement to get up. So
Yes.
you're about halfway up the tunnel, really. You've still
Cool.
got another turn before you get up there. I guess you could dash, but that still isn't going to be enough movement to get all the way to the top. So
Well, yes, I would be dashing, but yeah.
okay, because climbing will definitely be half your speed. So
Yes.
okay, yeah. So you're about halfway up. Let's just say, roughly. Okay, the bottom of initiative is Ignea, and he's gonna come around the corner, guns blazing. Ooh, doesn't have many AoEs. He does a green flame blade though, so I guess he makes good use of that here. Lighting up his sword in fuming green energy, he strikes at this guy here. Hasn't got it on his sheet as an attack, so I'll just use his blade for now. So that is a hit. It takes normal effects, and then it does a d6. No, a d8. Okay. So am I doing this right? On here, it suffers normal effects of the attack, and then the fire leaps, or is it just a d8? Does he do the slashing damage as well?
The target gets slashing damage plus a d8, and then 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier jumps to another target.
Oh right, okay. So he does a full 16 points of damage, and then the next guy takes another d8.
Damn.
Alright.
D8 plus his charisma.
Oh, sorry, right. I'll do that. Nice, okay.
Damn.
So this guy is taking 8 plus. He's got 5, yeah. So that's 13 points of damage. Hold on. Sort this out properly. So that goes on 13. There we go. And the next d8 is 5, because I rolled that already. So this guy takes an extra 5. Cool, we're done. Did you get another extra attack as well? Does that cost
Yes,
the
but he
action?
can't use green flame blade on it.
Okay, sure. Right, that's a
Because
hit.
yeah, green flame blade can be used as part of an attack.
Gotcha. There we go, we're done. Alright, so he cuts into this first one, flames spreading along his wing before he's had time to take flight. Hits this one, and we're back to the top of the round. Now they're ready. They have drawn spears as well in that quick moment.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna cut him. Alright, that's cutting him down immediately.
Okay. Could I have moved and used that attack
Yeah,
on the
yeah, you
next
can.
one?
That's fine. You go up to the next one, strike at him.
Yeah.
That's a good hit. 10 points.
12.
And 12 just barely hits. Oh my god.
12.
And if it hadn't been for Igna's green flame, then you wouldn't be able to finish off this one. But you do, as he's reeling back from the flames, cutting straight through him. His body also similarly slumps and falls away off the edge. Okay. Nefir showing no fear. Stabs again. Another 6 points of damage into the seemingly leader. As Iku's go. Um, she's strangling someone. Guess you can keep that up. Yeah, she can bite them. And that's advantage as well. So it's 10 points of piercing to this guy. And DC con save. Yeah, okay. Oh, passes. Jesus. Alright, you see Iku's still around the neck of this thing and has flashed her fangs into its neck. And that's going to end her go, I think. There we go. Cool. Lost. Alright, the one that's restrained is going to try and probably break free of this thing. So he's just going to roll his athletics check. Ooh, it's not going to do it though. It's the DC for a... Yeah, DC 15, so this thing just struggles. And he's trying to say something. Help me! And this creature is wasting its turn basically doing that. What, has it got multi-attack? Because it can try again. Yeah, I guess it has. We'll try again. Nope. Nope. Alright. Okay. This one's dead. This one's dead. Okay, cool. The one fighting poor Nefir. This might go south for him. He's literally fighting the leader right here. Okay. Immediately drawing his own javelin, fighting back. Strikes. 9 isn't going to hit him though. Yeah, it's a poor show. Oof. Another attack with the javelin. Wow, okay. He's still alive. He's nimbly dodging and ducking out of the way. It looks like Iku really did pep him up. So, managed to evade getting skewered. Meanwhile, the one next to Ravaya turns and immediately comes down with its 2 attacks. Ooh, that's a crit.
They both hit.
8 points of piercing and 19 points of piercing. Holy crap. Now we're in it. We're in it deep now.
Kiddoke.
Okay, and as it skewers you, you can see it's like driving you back, but you kind of get pushed into the body of one or the other and like pushes you over, so your spine is kind of bent backwards, stabbing into his own ally. That's how deep the javelin goes, and then yanks it from your stomach. Jason.
I'm just climbing up this hole.
Yes, you are. So let's think. You took 15 foot to stand up. You went up 15, which is halved, to like 10. Then you dashed, which is 15. So yeah, you got about halfway up. So it's going to take another full dashing to get all the way to the top, and you can get out a little bit, but it will take a dash to get up and out. You can move yourself
Smash
another.
it.
Yeah, you can move yourself like another 10 feet, we'll say, once you get to the top here.
Okay. Hello, I'm here. Oh, that's a lot of dead folk.
Yeah, you hear a loud thump as you realise that Terrafolk is likely just hit the floor.
Just a heads up, if you can get one or all of these guys into the air, I can make this a very short fight.
Okay, Ignir. In the air, he looks up, and as he does, well, those are in the air, and he points to the 3, which I briefly mentioned, though you may have probably forgot. At the very pinnacle of the crumbling stone tower, there were 3 human-like creatures with needle-like beaks, and they are swooping down very, very soon, in fact, now that they can hear this going on. So
Oh, yeah, like that.
Yep. So what's going to happen here is I'll drag these 3 from the GM layer onto the battlefield and roll them on. Because they aren't, the whole family ain't just perched up here, they're all spread around.
Great. Let me deal with these ones first.
Draws his hand across his blade, igniting another green flame, and goes to stab at the one you're fighting. And see if he hits. Yep, so it's another d8 plus 5. Oh, minimum damage. It does spread into the next one. Oh, minimum damage. Minimum damage again. Alright, still every little counts.
Looks like Iku's got that one anyway. I'm just sort of getting the kill assist. Rava, you're up.
Okay. I see. Okay.
So these guys up here, just so that you're aware, they're swooping down. They're still about 30 feet above you.
Okay. Good. That's an issue for another round.
Yep.
11?
11. Oh, just barely misses.
23.
That's a hit.
Minimum damage. I'll call it. Okay.
Okay.
15.
Still going, just holding on to the edge. Its bloody beak sort of snapping at your face. Whether it's his own blood or the viscera from his meal earlier, you can't tell. But he's holding on. Okay. The top of the round. Here we go. Swooping down. Seeing... Yeah, you know what? Seeing an opportunity to flank Ignir, it comes down right behind him and does his terror dive. Stabbing into him. Oh. Hello? Did I hear someone?
Sorry, that was me making a
Okay.
Winston. Oh,
Oh, okay. I thought it was Kibble for a second, like coming into the...
no, it's just a really big hit.
Yeah, it was nasty. Then again, I'm sure he can hold on with his hellish rebuke, because that's something he does. Let's do it. Reaction. Pop in it. Level... what level does he cast spells at now? It's got to be at least 3rd level.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be 3rd level.
An eruption of fire strikes back, dealing Jesus damage. Look at that. You thought that... What the frick? Oh my god, this thing is blasted back, incinerated as it does, and a skeleton lands next to your feet, Jason. Charred. Charred to the bone.
Damn.
As he does that, he kind of flexes his shoulders, and you see there's like a big pair of draconic wings that suddenly fold away from the flame and then just dissipate in smoke. Right.
Did you always have wings?
When I need them.
And it is Nephir's go. Jesus. He doesn't even get the 2nd and 3rd attack. He just gets blasted. That's one way to stop that shit. And do you need to roll one thing? No, I don't. I would have rolled a wisdom save, but who
It's
gives
a
a shit?
dex
He's not
save.
frightened of it. How can he be frightened of a charred body? Alright, Nephir. Stab him up. Wow, he's going toe to toe with Nrak, the leader of the Terrafolk here. He really is fighting his heart out. EQ, on the other hand, just needs to deliver a finishing bite to end this thing's life. And there it is, with advantage as well, so that was a crit. As it does, you see the bite pull the neck to the edge, and she spins around on the neck and flings it off. and then lands in a coiled little pile neatly on the edge here. Alright, wings like caked in blood. And yeah, and then kind of squares up next to Narak. Okay. It is his go now. Yeah, okay. Seeing this is going quite south very quickly, and just seeing how Iku took care of one of his allies, he is going to take the action to... Yeah, actually he'll stab first. He doesn't care about this. Oh, I got that. He's going to stab and then dash away, I think. So, 1. Wow! Oh my god, Narak sucks. Yeah, I imagine he's got like this pot belly because he's getting all the first pickings of the meal. And
He's got heartburn.
That's it, yeah. And 12 just barely hits him though. Hold on. No! He skewers Nephir.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh my god, doing the exact amount of damage as well. To knock him like to 0. He lifts him up and then says, "Ah, I was saving this tasty morsel." And as he licks his beak, you see him flapping his wings and ascending up. Iku tries to take an attack of opportunity and bites out. Does hit. Gah! Bites into his leg and must make a con save. Just passes. Gah! Filthy snake! Kicks it away, and you see Narak ascend into the air about 50 feet. So he's way up in the air. And he still has Nephir, poor Nephir, on the end like a shish kebab. No, was it? Yeah, it is a shish kebab, isn't it? Like skewered on the end. Okay, there's the Terrafolk up here. They're going to dive bomb down. Probably this time on Jason. And you know what? It's kind of... Hold on, let me move this thing out of the way. To the back. There we go. Alright, Terra dive on Jason. Oof. Don't think so.
That is a miss.
And 20 though?
I'm gonna have to pop a shield there.
Yeah, you can do.
Skabong.
Alright. Its face gets right up into yours as well. And it kind of pushes it against the magical barrier. Screeching and scraping. It doesn't make its third attack. Alright. The one fighting Revire. He's literally on 5 HP, so he's gonna probably do something crazy. He's gonna try and grapple you, Revire.
Okay.
Make an athletics or acrobatics choice. Is yours. Gotta be a 15. Oh. Grabbing a hold of you, he is going to then drag you. And it's up to Ignid to make the attack of opportunity, because you know where he's going with you. Oh no.
Roll well for once.
Oh god. Wait, he hasn't got a reaction because he used it on his hellish rebuke. And nor is Jason, because he used it on shield.
Oh fuck.
Oh no. He drags you enough so that you're pulled off of the edge right here. And EQ's the only one left to make the attack of opportunity. Yeah, I guess. Hold on.
Let me just...
What's up?
I think grappling you can only move someone 5 feet.
Okay.
Let me...
Go ahead. You can rule check me if you like.
And even then I think you need the grappling feat, otherwise I think you just sort of pin them in place.
Well, we'll see what happens, because I know EQ is chilling there. And believe it or not, her constrict has a 10-foot reach. But wait, didn't she just use her reaction as well? Shit. No, she did. Everyone's used their reaction.
Oh, yeah, no. Sorry.
You can drag people.
movement speed is halved, but that's not really going to be a...
Bye, guys.
Yeah, it's halved. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's just halved. Okay, so where were you to begin with? We're over here. So he's got 30 foot, which is halved to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, would you happen to look at that? You're literally on the edge of the cliff. You're being yanked, and he has to use his feet into the ground to sort of gain leverage and scrape across it. But as he comes to the edge, he does start to billow his wings. He does have more flight movement. He has like 50-foot flight compared to his normal 30-foot. So as he starts billowing his wings, he's dragging your body off the edge as hard as he can. Oh man. It's not good. It's really not good.
No.
Okay. Because when you go into the air, I'm guessing he can continue his movement, but with now using his flight, which is more. Revi, he grabs you off the edge and drops you. Oh dear. You fall 300 feet towards the base of the floor. Thankfully though, let's just check what Carrick has real quick.
It's gonna need a fucking shovel if I fall through.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. I'm very shocked he doesn't have this on his sheet. Why on earth? Hold on. Oh god.
So it's just my new character with you guys in Nangalore, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he hasn't got this prepared.
How are we going to work this out canonically?
It doesn't make sense. That's why I'm just looking for something that he has that would work right here in this moment.
Ultimate
Don't
universe.
suppose we can retcon that Thorn has Featherfall?
I have a plan.
You do?
I have a plan.
You are up next, but Revi, just give me an acrobatics check to begin with, because you are descending very fast.
Can I make it look cool at least?
Yeah, exactly. That's what this is. This is what the role is. Okay. You've been free falling a number of times during this campaign, and your descent is slow at first as you begin to bring out your arms, trying to break wind or break the fall by giving up as much surface area as possible. However, as per normal rules, you would normally like fall 500 feet in a single round. I'll say that you're
500 feet in a round.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I've been looking up falling rules recently, but what makes most sense to me is that 500 feet is like terminal velocity, right? So in this case, you start to fall, but with the acrobatics check, you bring out your arms, trying to be a flying squirrel, and you're not hitting the bottom just yet. But if it comes back round to you, and you're still falling, then that will be 20d6 damage. So
also, surely she'd start falling on her turn, because on the 6 seconds that this round of turns is happening simultaneously, she was dragged over.
Mm-hmm. She is falling though, right now.
Yeah.
As it happens. Jason, you would be up right now, facing up
Okay.
with this thing.
Disengage action. And I
Okay.
say, come and get me, fuckwads. And I dive off the edge.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna take that attack of opportunity.
I took the disengage action.
Oh yeah, of course you did, my bad. Wait. What about your actual action? He doesn't need it. He's just
Doesn't
gonna
need
do
it.
he's just gonna do his Rufus what's it called? Rufus Airlines maneuver. Okay.
I dive off and I wait to get as close to Revire as I can before popping my reaction, Featherfall.
Okay. You can see she is 60 foot below the edge. So you're actually in range already, if you want to do it.
Yeah, sure, and then she can be firing
Okay.
as we fall.
Excellent. Alright, Ignir is...
I'd also sort of like to taunt the guys over, because ideally they'd follow me.
This one is definitely already trying to swipe at you, and as you've disengaged, it's already lurching and rushing towards you, but... yeah, I would say this thing is already just chasing after you anyway.
Really?
Okay, Ignir, however, has something to say about the one that just threw you off. He didn't have time to react, but now he turns, sees what's happened, and immediately launches an Eldritch Blast out. First beam misses. Good job, he's got a second. And 3 forces actually will... No, wait, he needs that third. Shit! It's still alive! Has he got a third? He doesn't, does he? That's like super level. Eldritch Blast. It's not in here. I'm pretty sure he's only got 2 beams right now. So, correct me if I'm wrong though. But the first beam misses, goes wide. The second hits it just on the side, but this Terraphobe goes into a spin and still in the air. Ah man. Kind of rushes around this corner, seeing this thing trying to charge past him. Revire, it's your go. You're falling at 60 foot per round now.
Ah, this is better.
Yeah.
I start shooting at this guy.
Okay, cool.
Pew, pew.
Alright, that's a hit on the first one, and immediately, as he kind of goes into a spin, you seize the opportunity to fire an arrow straight through the bottom of his jaw, up through the top of their head, and he doesn't correct himself with his wings, he just keeps falling and falling. Okay, he's dead. That second shot can go up against this thing if you want.
Yep.
The one with Narak, yeah, Narak. Go ahead. Damage is 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, still alive. And at this point, this thing has been riddled, stabbed, bitten. He should be dead like the others, but he's clearly way more chonky. And that one's dead. Get rid of him. Nephir. Oh no. No. Poor Nephir. Iku rushes up, trying to chase after, and is going to do her best to try and constrict this thing. Oh crap. Oh my god, yeah, that's going to do it. Wait, how much flight has she got in that movement? Yeah, Iku's way faster than these guys. She flies 90 foot into the air, wraps around the foot to begin with, and then coils up around the wing, tugging him to the side. As his head kind of lurches round, much like in the artwork, she suddenly leaps from the wing onto his neck, twists and snaps it in one motion. And as she does, she pulls herself free and lets loose her wings to balance herself as the body falls. And then she immediately realizes, oh shit, Neff is still attached to the skewer, and she starts to go into a descent after him. Using the rest of her movement, she can actually like try to go underneath the falling bird and try to grab a hold of him, but she hasn't got much action economy left to do that. So I'm just gonna say she's gonna have to try and roll an athletics check to sort of break his fall and maybe bounce him onto the ledge. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Ooh. Nephir's body kind of like tumbles past Iku, doing her best to sort of save him, but his body goes past hers and continues to fall down in similar fashion to where you guys are, but about 60 feet up from you. No, wait, he's falling immediately, like ridiculously fast. We'll get to that in a minute. Regardless, Narak is dead, and his body crashes next to Ignir, snapping even further. The one that was chasing you, Jason, is going to go a full, what is it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, he can't get to you unless he starts throwing javelins at you. Yeah, screw it. Javelin comes flying, hurtling to your head. Misses though, goes completely wide.
Thank the lords.
Okay. It's your go, I think. Wait, where's this guy? He's after Jason? Did I miss his go? Yeah, fuck it. I did. Alright. He's coming down for Ignir anyway.
So this guy is over the edge, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. I say, night night, birdface.
Oh, man. Oh,
Uh,
man. What's
33
that? What is
points
that?
of.
That's insane. That's a big sleep roll. He was on max health as well.
Yeah, I had to cast it at 3rd level.
Cool. Well, I guess he's not making a acrobatics check because he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hope you like fall damage.
He does. All 61 of it. Crunch. Immediately snapping his neck at the bottom. He's not waking up anytime soon.
Do I think Ignir is okay? Because I'd quite like to maintain the corpse of our buddy, just in case.
Hmm.
Um,
Let's go with Ignir now, actually. Gets the second hit in. That's 8 points, and then
just FYI, any damage, just in case, any damage on the sleep that didn't affect, like passes over onto the other guy, who I
it
believe
does,
is also
but
in
it's
range.
not enough.
There's not enough to. Okay.
Okay. It's so Ignir just cuts twice in a cross shape across this guy. He's still alive, and Revire. You can't really see any enemies from this vantage point though. You are just safely descending down, and as you get to the very bottom, fear not, because if Jason had not or had not come to your aid, you are feeling suddenly something below you. It's not the earth that you land on. No, it's something else. Something metallic. Something something gripping your form, trying to catch you, but you kind of rest easy immediately into his arms. And Vaughn looks up at you, looks down towards you with his metal head piece. There he is. He was gonna try and catch you and break your fall.
Oh,
He rushed out from the jungle canopy.
absolute angel.
That's not how momentum works, you gigantic metal man. But still.
You hear a shout from the canopy clearing. Hey, that's the least I could do. This Carrick just.
Thumbs
This
up.
Carrick is clearly.
I appreciate the
ordered Vaughn
thought,
to
but you were just going to redecorate Vaughn, but you know that's all.
Ugh.
Grim.
Well, be more careful next time. All right. Here's Carrick.
I'm gonna pop Featherfall on our Aarakocra buddy's corpse.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, it comes neatly to a rest on the floor. And tell you what, I'll roll another d20. Oh, he's not looking good. His body has still got the spear through it, and as he kind of lands, you can see it like twist slightly in the wound. Iku, however, on the other hand, comes around behind the last Terrafolk. Let's see if we can end this fight. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Bites around its eyes, gouging them out. And meanwhile, Ignis stabs through the front, slicing up its neck. And you just hear this terrifying, gurgling screech from the above. As the final body slumps off the edge, and you see Ignir at the top of it, kind of unsummoning his blade as he does. Iku also there, sort of transforming into a humanoid form. And literally letting out a sigh of relief. Oh, goodness. We made it down okay. Good job, Jasin. Good job, everyone. Whew.
Give it a thumbs up.
I think we killed their leader. Narak, I think it was. But Nefi, oh no! She sort of sees the body. It is...
Who's good with medicine?
Can we just smack cure wounds on him?
One of you will have to before it's his turn. It's either Jason or you, Revire.
I'll try a DC 10 medicine check, and if that fails, we can...
Use a potion.
Yeah, I haven't got a potion.
Oh. Oh.
Yes, it's definitely through him.
Yeah. So Jason like sees the obvious solution, which is to pull the javelin free, yanks it out, and immediately you see a fountain of blood.
Oh, put it back in. Put it back in.
To plug it. Oh Jesus. Revire, what do you do?
I'm gonna try and smack a cure wounds on him.
Okay, that's probably the better option.
Surefire success.
Have 4 healing.
Oh, okay. 4 healing administered. If his body had made the impact, there would be nothing left to heal. You'd need more like a regenerate spell. But you do suddenly patch up the wound where the javelin was. The bleeding stops. You do see a slight breathing to his mouth. His beak is open. He tries to lean forward. Am I dead?
Nope. Saved you again.
Then he tries to get up. I owe you more than just... And he's trying to get up, but his abdomen is probably in aching pain. Maybe I should go back to the scrolls. That will end combat, and
Gee.
Carrick is also there to sort of administer even more healing if need be. In fact, he should have done it to begin with. Shouldn't even let Jason try. But yeah, Jason is there. Sorry, Carrick is there to sort of get him to his feet eventually. Ignir, meanwhile, I know what he'd be doing. As Iku's worrying about Nephir's outcome, he's likely pushing aside corpses and going in to look for treasure. And so let's see what he finds up here. Some sort of chest. He looks behind him. Because it's all mine. He starts to drag it out into the daylight, away from the kind of stifling heat that massive pluming fireball is roaring, and he starts to try and open it up. Let's see. In one of the chests he finds is 2,000 copper pieces, 730 silver pieces, 4 gemstones, and he pulls it out and unrolls it. Scroll of Commune with Nature. Interesting. That not 000, 2,000. There you go. And that's not all. As he looks through, it's got to be more than that, though. Don't even need gold at this rate. And Iku's like, "What? You looting again?" He rifles through some more and finds a cloth-wrapped wooden mask. And Iku begins to transform into a humanoid shape and says, "Huh. Why do I feel like I've seen that thing before?" I will show you an image, but I don't want really to show the actual properties of it. Oh well, screw it, I'll just show it anyway. She says, "I think I know who that belongs to. That is the mask of the beast." "Ravaya!" Iku shouts from the top of the tower.
Yeah.
"You said you met a woman named Azaka back in Port Nyanzaru, yes?"
Yeah, I'd totally beat her in a fight.
I think we may have something to gain favor with her.
Nice. What is it?
An old family heirloom. And she holds the mask out to show you. It is stylish tiger face, kind of with these leather straps on the top and sides of it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But yeah, the magical properties allow you to cast Animal Friendship. Azaka was always one with the wilds of the jungle. Some say that she fought with the ferocity of a panther or a tiger. But I think I might know where she got her fighting style from. And there we go. Well, we'll come back down to you. You don't come up to us.
What?
Unless you want to explore the ruin. There's not
I
much left
can't
of it.
hear you.
Ah, jeez. She just shouts. Oh, you know what? She flies down. She says, "There's not much left of the tower, but I know you want to do your historical things, so be my guest if you want to climb back up."
You know what? I'm going to stretch my back out a bit. I think I got the gist.
Alright. Yeah. But, you could roll me an Arcana check, actually, just so you might
Sure.
have some clue as to what that thing was. Well, yeah.
20, son.
Yeah.
So in the brief glance that you got at that tower during the fight as well, of all things, that beacon, that magical plume that sits atop, that was putting out a tremendous amount of heat, you could tell. And you reckon that any creature that was even near that thing would probably get burnt up. Literally does it does 10d6 fire damage if you go into that thing. But you reckon that is probably the culmination of like a fireball spell meets continual flame.
Ooh.
And it's able to change colors at the manipulator's will. If someone is able to sort of successfully warp it like they would a control flame spell, you can make it shape, kind of go smaller or larger, and the DC to dispel such an effect is probably very, very high. For a natural 20, I'll actually just flat out tell you. You could dispel it with a DC 17, but
Well,
it is definitely the combination of two spells in one, which is an old type of magic, I guess, in a way.
yes. What would one theoretically need to do to be able to replicate such an effect?
Kind of gives you an inspiration to sort of maybe there's a way to create your own spell, such or combine two spells if given the
Yes.
time and the proper materials.
Continual fabulous fireball. No. Yasin's continuous fabulous fireball.
Oh, absolutely. All great wizards put their stamp on it.
Oh, absolutely. I have no idea who this Tasha bird is, but I don't know what made her think she could claim hideous laughter. It's the same spell. And Leomund with his tiny bloody hut. You don't just get to make an existing, it's Yasin's sleep now. How about that?
Yes, in sleep. Oh my god. Well, with that, we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be right back. In a bit.
So,
All right, we're back, and sorry to make this awkward. Why am I stumbling and mumbling? Basically, we not only did I forget that the stream was frozen on one screen the whole time, but also people are a bit tired. We was expecting people to come back, and we don't want to continue on with the main story until everyone's present, because it can be quite a deciding factor when talking with a Queen of Omu. So we're gonna call an early night and wrap it up here. But thanks very much for listening at the very least, because I know you're probably just staring at a Firefinger screen. But oh well, that's what you get this time. It was a filler session anyway. But anyway, we're gonna sign off here. Thanks very much.